the workers' delegate from Nepal, Brother Shrishta Binod. You have the floor, sir.
Dear Chairperson, fellow delegates, observers, guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to address the 111th session of the International Labour Conference as a workers' delegate from Nepal. On behalf of JTUCC, the common platform of Nepalese trade unions and my own union, GIFON, I would like to express my gratitude to ILO Director General Gilbert of FHENBO for his comprehensive report on advancing social justice. I commend the ILO for its efforts to promote social justice through its core principle of decent work, social protection, social dialogue, and international labor standards. However, in Nepal, we have witnessed the denial of our rights as many workers used as trainee are substituted to exploitation receiving on wage for their labor. The Director General's report rightly emphasizes the importance of social protection for all workers. Unfortunately, the budget for the Prime Minister Employment Program, which aims 100 days of employment guarantee, was cut by the recent government. Additionally, the Supreme Court orders that the contribution-based social security system be optional for employers in the banking and financial sector. The trade unions are fighting for the social security system to cover all workers and not be left to the mercy of employers. Social security system extended to the informal sector and workers abroad, but the government has not paid sufficient attention to enforce these schemes. Similarly, Nepal is also suffering from global warming and it has adverse impact on employment of workers. I urge the ILO and the government of Nepal to collaborate and bridge this gap, ensuring social protection and climate justice for all workers. The report also underscored the significance of social dialogue in achieving social justice. However, the government has appointed leaders of fake unions and representatives of workers in various tripartite forums, preventing meaningful engagement. This illustrates the ill intention of the government. Additionally, the Supreme Court's decision to remove the 10% service charge for workers in the hotel, restaurant, catering and tourism sector, which was the result of a 30 years long fight introduced through collective bargaining, is a significant setback. This decision undermines the principle of fair hearing and denies workers the right to be heard, affecting fair compensation for employees. Nepal is recognized as a labor-sending country, and inadequate protection of Nepalese migrants abroad demands immediate attention. Countless cases of exploitation, abuse and mistreatment of our fellow workers who seek employment opportunities overseas has been reported. The government should strengthen its efforts to protect rights of migrant workers based on ILO principle on fair recruitment. Bilateral agreement which destination countries should be established and adequate service should be providing to address their needs and concern. Unfortunately, the government is favoring recruiting agencies and discussing raising fee from workers in addition to visa fee and ticket cost. We urge the government to adhere to ILO principle in these regards. In conclusion, I endorse the ILO Director General reports on advancing social justice. I call upon the government, employer, and trade unions to work collectively towards creating a society that upholds the rights, dignity, and well-being of workers. Together, let us advance social justice and create a brighter future of our workers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.